Hey guys, what's up? Hello folks. Sorry once again for being late, but you guys know that I am trading earnings reports after hours. I am actually on a trade as of now on Kava. Can you guys hear me or see me? Hello. Can you talk about United Health? Oh yeah, for sure. We are going to be addressing the UNH disaster. Hello. For those that do not know me, my name is Alvaro. Alvaro. Hello, folks, from Charlotte, from the beautiful city of Charlotte in North Carolina. How are you guys doing today? Good evening. Hello, folks. So, please drop a comment down below. Introduce yourselves and let me know what stocks you want me to go over. I have some interesting information for you guys today. Hey, by the way, so tomorrow, like first thing in the morning, I am going to be flying to Chicago. So unfortunately, I am not going to be able to be active on Discord, guys. If I happen to be able, I will be dropping my pre-market commentary on Discord, and I will let you guys know about the pivot. But yeah, tomorrow I am going to be taking a trip. I have to take a 2-day trip to Chicago. I will be meeting I will be getting together with some members of my Patreon. So I will not be active tomorrow on Discord. Please keep that in mind, okay? So, hello, Crenshaw, Leliev, Tanya Oliver, Aisha Da Costa, Beloved Denny, Ian Arnold, Johnny Taylor, Philip Dudley, Macmillan 357. Macmillan is always here joining my streams. DC4 L Girl, Johnny Taylor, Jan Arnold. Who else is out there? So welcome. There you go. Santi Multani. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. So let me, first and foremost, let me make a summary of what happened today in the markets. So we have been having, from a SPY standpoint, guys, very boring and uneventful trading sessions, right? For the most part, guys, I am a SPY trader. For the most part, I would say that when there's volatility in the markets, I would say that 50% of my trades are with the SPY. But since I am not a degenerate gambler, such as many of you guys, when we have these kind of narrow ranging trading sessions, such as the sessions that we have had throughout this week, I am not very active trading the SPY, to be honest with you. Yeah, I need volatility, guys. When I buy calls or puts of the SPY, I am buying 2 calls, 3 calls. So if the SPY goes up, say, I don't know, during a trading session, only $2 or $3, that's not an ideal setup for me to be trading the SPY. So instead, I've been trading individual stocks rather than the SPY. And well, we'll see. Maybe volatility will return sooner rather than later. Hopefully, right? When it comes to today's trading session, I mean, take a look at what happened today, guys. Russell 2000 up 0.52%. The Nasdaq went down just a little, 0.18%. I think that the tech sector did go down today. I will double check on that in just a second. S&P up 0.41%, and the Dow Jones went up 0.65%. Do you guys remember the trading sessions that we were having 2 weeks ago? The S&P 500 down 4%. and the Nasdaq down 5%, 3%. So that's a kind of volatility that I'm looking for in order to be actively trading the SPY. And that is obviously not the case as of now. If we take a look at the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500, take a look. Today we had a rotation from risk on to risk off. Why do I say that? Take a look at the three sectors inside. It's worth pointing out that inside the three sectors that I am about to point out, we have the so-called Magnificent Seven stocks. So the worst performing sector today was consumer discretionary. Do you guys happen to know what stocks or what two stocks are the most important holdings inside the consumer discretionary sector? Any idea? XLY or ticker symbol XLY? I am talking about two heavily traded stocks by most of you guys. Two stocks. Any idea? XLY consumer discretionary? No? Well, what about Tesla? What about Amazon? Those two stocks trade inside this sector. Consumer discretionary. Again, ticker symbol XLY. So I guess that both stocks did go down today, right? I mean, Amazon did go down today, I think. Let me see. I think it did, right? And Tesla as well, I think. I think that Tesla went up. Let me see. Yeah, Amazon went down today 2.42%. Amazon was negatively affected by the earnings report of Walmart. And let me take a look at Tesla. Tesla also went down today. So that's the reason why this was the worst performing sector today, going down 0.22%. Then we have technology, XLK. Inside the tech sector, guys, we have Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple. So this sector went up today, so nothing to complain about, but only 0.14%. And then we had communication services, ticker symbol XLC, which went up today 0.34%. Inside the communication services sector, we have Meta and Google. So these three sectors are the ones that have the so-called Magnificent Seven stocks inside those sectors. And these were the worst performing sectors today. And take a look at the best performing sectors today, guys. Utilities, XLU, this is a defensive sector. Utilities went up today 2.13%. Consumer staples went up 2.05%. And real estate went up 1.77%. And today, by the way, this is something this is something worth pointing out. Healthcare, United Health, did catch a break, going up. This sector went up today 1.31%. So healthcare is a defensive sector. It's considered a risk-off sector, and needless to say, consumer staples and utilities. So we had some sort of rotation today in the market, and obviously, guys, if these three sectors inside which we have the so-called Magnificent Seven stocks trading, if these three sectors start to lag, it is going to be very tough for the SPY to keep going up. Something to keep in mind, just in case. However, if we take a look at a 4-hour chart of the SPY, take a look. This is a very good looking chart that is under the total control of buyers. Clear uptrend, a brand new higher high over here. We have an upward sloping 5-day moving average. The SPY is trading as of now above the 50, the 20, the 100, the 200-day moving average. This is a very good looking chart. No doubt about it, under the total control of buyers. Can we short the SPY? Not now, obviously, but what does have to happen for us to maybe give a shot at some SPY puts here? Well, first of all, or in my case, this is the analysis that I would be thinking about in this case, in the case of the SPY. I would need to see the 5 DMA, the 5-day moving average, being broken to the downside. The 5 DMA is signaling as of now $583. I use, in my case, guys, and I have told you this on multiple occasions, I use the 5 DMA, the 5-day moving average, as a gauge in order to determine who is in control of minor time frames. And I have also told you this on multiple occasions, the slope of the moving averages is very important, super important. Take a look at the slope of the 5 DMA, of the 5-day moving average. This white line that I am pointing out with my mouse. It is clearly upward sloping. This is a technical chart that is under the total control of buyers. So say that the SPY breaks 583 to the downside. This would open the door for a potential test of the convergence of the 100 DMA, this blue line that I am pointing out with my mouse, and the 200 DMA in red. Take a look at how these two moving averages are pretty much coinciding at $575. So maybe the SPY breaks 583, maybe the door opens for $575. If the SPY breaks 575, $575.80 ish. If this level is broken to the downside, then maybe we could have like more downside potential in the case of the SPY. In my case, I don't short uptrends, and this is an uptrend. This is a very good looking short. So as of now, if I were to trade the SPY, I would only be thinking about going long. I am not trying to get stops. That's not my style. Some people do it, and I guess that some people do it the right way, but that isn't my case. So the SPY hasn't been doing much, and as I told you guys a few minutes ago, I don't see any reason to trade the SPY as of now, because I don't trade a lot of contracts, just like some of you guys do. We were talking about that yesterday. Remember, in the networking meeting that we had, some of you guys buy 10 daily options or 10 zero DTE options of the SPY or the Qs and stuff like that. Since I don't do that, I haven't been trading the SPY much lately, right? So while the bulls remain above 583, so while the bulls remain above an upward sloping 5-day moving average, they are in control of the tape, and the SPY can keep going higher, guys. It can keep melting up. Maybe to all-time highs. Yes, it's possible, guys. The SPY could reach all-time highs, I don't know, in the upcoming weeks. Why not? $614, or should I say, is a potential test of $614 in the cards over here? Yes, it is. Oh yeah, it's possible. It isn't a certainty, but it's possible. So again, as long as the bulls remain above 583, and needless to say 575, the SPY looks bullish, and we might have higher prices coming up. We'll see what happens, guys. You never know. Because we have, we still have some sort of, news-driven market, or a Trump-driven market. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. Maybe Trump changes his mind about tariffs, and he says that, I don't know, that he's going to impose tariffs of 100% once again on China. I don't think that is going to happen. I think that the guy did capitulate recently, but I don't know. The only way that I would be thinking about shorting the SPY would be if, again, 583 is broken to the downside, or I would go. I would be definitely shorting the SPY or grabbing puts if 575 would be broken to the downside. By the way, guys, say that tomorrow we have another uneventful day such as the one that we had today. It could happen. Low volume, not much institutional participation, and say that tomorrow we have another narrow ranging trading session. Keep an eye tomorrow, guys, on this news. Take a look. So today we are getting after hours news about institutional portfolio rebalancing of Q1 of 2025. This could be moving the markets, guys. For instance, we just found out that Bill Ackman, the snake, Bill Ackman, sold out of Nike. Did you guys know that? Any of you? Did you hear the news? And he sold off his... Oh, take a look. Okay, so take a look. For instance, Bill Ackman, which is a very well-known institutional investor, sold out of... he sold off his entire position in Nike, and he added Uber. Guess what stock is going up and what stock is going down tomorrow, guys? If we take a look at Uber, this stock, and since Bill Ackman is like all in Uber, this stock has a high likelihood tomorrow to go up. Yeah. I would be looking, I mean, I am not going to be trading tomorrow because I am going to be flying to Chicago. But if I were trading tomorrow, if I were here in my studio trading, as I do it every day, I would be keeping an eye on this upward sloping 5-day moving average. So maybe a potential process of consolidation of Uber above $89 could be attracting buyers here, guys. And this stock could be going up. And on the flip side, since we already know that he closed his position entirely on Nike, this is a short candidate, guys. Take a look at this 4-hour short of Nike, guys. Downward sloping 50-day moving average. This green line that I am pointing out with my mouse. Nike is unable to burst above this downward sloping 50 DMA, which is signaling $63. And needless to say that Nike breaks to the downside, the 5-day moving average at $61.20. I would be grabbing puts here, guys. Keep an eye on these two stocks, guys. So what else did he do? Let me see. So he reduced his position on Chipotle. What else did he do? Oh, he reduced his position on Alphabet, guys. Another short candidate. He reduced 16% of his position on Alphabet. He added Hertz. Oh, he added Hertz. HTZ. Keep an eye on Hertz tomorrow, guys. And I guess that most of you guys love this stock. Take a look at the reaction after hours, guys, or today. Let me see what this stock is doing after hours. It's going up. Yeah, this is bullish. So Bill Ackman is doubling down on Hertz. Keep an eye on Hertz tomorrow, guys. HTC. I mean, it is an upward sloping, right? But here you guys can see the 5 DMA, 5-day moving average. So it may be a potential process of consolidation of Hertz above $6 and above $6.30 could be opening the door for a potential test of the 20 DMA at $7.11. Yeah. Would I be trading Hertz if I hadn't known about the news of the snake Bill Ackman? Probably not, guys. This is not a stock that I am constantly trading. It's not on. It is not on my stocks menu. Let's just put it that way. But with this news, guys, so he added Hertz. Nice. What else do we have here? And he bought Uber. So he initially bought Uber, and then he added more shares on Q1. So this might be moving the markets. And how about this news, guys? David Teppers. Do you guys know who David Tepper is? I am very familiar with David Tepper because I live in North Carolina, in the beautiful city of Charlotte. So this guy is the owner of the Carolina Panthers, which are a total disgrace. Total disgrace. But he also the owner of the soccer team of Charlotte FC. He's a very well-known hedge fund manager, guys. Big hedge fund manager. This guy is a billionaire. His personal worth is something like, I don't know, like $20 billion. So this is a guy that moves the markets. And I don't have the news, so I don't have the complete piece of news here. So he reduced his position on Baba, guys. So this guy last year was buying a lot of Chinese stocks. He was buying Baidu and JD.com and Baba and so forth. And we found out today after hours that he reduced his exposure to Chinese stocks. So maybe tomorrow, guys, Baba could be a short candidate. Let me go ahead and take a look at Baba. Yeah, take a look. So Baba broke today to the downside, the 50-day moving average at $125. Keep an eye in the case of Baba, guys, at the 20 DMA, $122. This is a level that coincides with the 20 DMA, with the 20-day moving average. Say that Baba breaks $122 to the downside, this could be a short candidate. So keep an eye on Chinese stocks tomorrow, guys, because they could be going down. This is a big guy, David Tepper. So it isn't good news for Chinese stocks that this guy reduced his exposure to them, being the case that this guy last year was super bullish on Chinese stocks, super bullish. He was saying that, I am buying everything. ETFs, Baba, JD.com. So keep an eye on those stocks. And Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway just filed a 13F update in his portfolio for Q1 2025. Needless to say, guys, take a screenshot of this and keep an eye on these stocks. So Berkshire Hathaway added pool, STS, I don't know what stock this is. DPZ, this is Domino's Pizza, is it? Is it DPC? Let me see. DPZ, yeah, Domino's Pizza. So he added Domino's Pizza and obviously Axie and El Petroleum, guys. Yeah, Buffett keeps doubling down on Axie. He added Citi. Take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at Citi. What the chart of Citi is looking like. Citi, take a look. This stock could be running tomorrow, guys. Yeah. Would I be buying Citi just because, I don't know, Berkshire Hathaway increased their exposure to it? No. Of course, I would be waiting for technicals to confirm that I can actually open a trade on Citi. But in the case of Citi, guys, I would be keeping an eye on this 100-day moving average. Here, $22. Maybe a potential process of consolidation above $22.60 could be opening the door for a test of this downward sloping 200-day moving average. I don't like the chart. I usually do not trade stocks that are under a downward sloping 200 DMA in red. Over here, you guys can see it. So it is not a good looking chart. I mean, in minor time frames, we can make a case here that the 5 DMA is starting to it is starting to rise, which we could say that is kind of positive. But maybe Citi, guys, consolidating above $22.70. Yeah, if that were the case, this technical short could be attracting buyers into it. Yeah, it's possible. STZ. Should I just sold my call today? What stock is that, bro? STZ. I don't remember the ticker, huh? Oh, Constellation Brands. I gotcha. Okay. Take a look at the reaction after hours, guys. Correct. Yeah, I gotcha. Take a look at the reaction after hours, guys. So the news comes out, and take a look at this. Constellation Brands is up 3% on the news. So you guys have to keep an eye on Constellation Brands tomorrow. I don't trade exclusively based on news, guys. So the shorts are the ones that let me either take a trade or avoid it. But you have to be aware about the fact that news or catalysts move not only the markets, but individual stocks. Individual stocks. So in the case of Citi, what I would be doing here, I'm going to draw a line here. Take a look. We have a previous level of resistance, guys, at $194. And obviously, this stock has been under a lot of pressure because of tariffs, right? So most of the booze that they sell come from overseas, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, most of the alcohol that they sell comes from overseas, and these are the guys that sell Corona, right? Am I mistaken about that, or from Mexico? Correct. So yeah, so these are the guys that are importing Corona into the U.S. Correct. There you go. That's it. So keep an eye on Constellation Brands, guys, because Buffett is doubling down here, guys. 195. A potential process of consolidation of STZ above 195 could open the door, why not, for a potential test of the downward sloping 200 DMA at $214. Next, what other news we have here, guys? So, what about shorts? So, Berkshire Hathaway reduced their position on Bank of America, my neighbor, by the way, here in Charlotte. You guys know that the headquarters of BAC is here in Uptown Charlotte. So this could be a candidate for a short. Oh, they also reduced their position on Capital One. Keep an eye on these two guys for a potential short tomorrow, guys. Let me see, Bank of America. So where would I be willing to buy BAC puts? Say that BAC breaks this upward sloping 5 DMA to the downside, $43. This could be a short candidate. And in the case of Capital One, COF. Are you guys finding value on this? Or am I annoying you with the institutional portfolio rebalancing news? Let me know. Okay, so in the case of Capital One, take a look at the upward sloping 5-day moving average, guys. It is signaling $197. Keep an eye on this 5 DMA. Say that you guys see tomorrow COF struggling at bursting above the 5-day moving average. This could be attracting sellers, guys. And why? Because we have a very negative catalyst. Thanks, guys. We have a very negative catalyst. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, the best investor of all times, is reducing, or they are rather reducing their exposure to Capital One. This is bad news, guys. Keep an eye on COF, potentially not being able to recapture the 5-day moving average at $196. So what else do we have? I have more news for you, by the way. So this is Devon Energy, DVA. Oh, they also reduced their position on T-Mobile. This is T-Mobile, right? Let me take a look at T-Mobile, TMUS. This is T-Mobile. Yeah, T-Mobile. Take a look. And this is not a good looking chart. Below a downward sloping 50 DMA, 20 DMA, and below the 100-day moving average in blue. And take a look at how the 5 DMA is actually downward sloping. This is an ugly looking chart. Keep an eye on this downward sloping 5 DMA, guys. $239. If you guys happen to see tomorrow T-Muse or T-Mobile struggling at holding $239 as support, this could be a short candidate. There could be room down to the 200-day moving average at $230. It's possible. Nice. Hey, but by the way, we didn't take a look at the chart of DPZ, of Domino's Pizza. Let me see Domino's Pizza, because he added, and this is a good looking chart, guys. Take a look. In the case of Domino's Pizza, it is trading above all the moving averages, above the 200, 150. The 5-day moving average is starting to upward slope. And take a look at how let me zoom in here so you guys can see it. This is the 5 DMA in white. It is signaling $482, and the 20 DMA is signaling, yeah, pretty much $482. So if you guys happen to see Domino's Pizza, ticker symbol DPZ, consolidating tomorrow above $482, this could be attracting buyers. And on top of that, we have a very catalyst that tomorrow could be affecting the stock very positively. So say that DPZ consolidates above $482. This could be opening the door for a test of $497. And by the way, guys, and talking about bearish stuff, take a look at who's back. None other than Michael Burry, the greatest bear ever. He's back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Take a look at these guys. Michael Burry just filed his Q1 2413F. He's now only holding still louder. He sold out. He sold all of his positions, guys, with a 50% allocation on steel loader, and the rest is in cash. He sold off all his China stocks. So the biggest, the greatest bear of all times is pretty much 100% cash. Last time he made a move like this was back in 2022. I mean, he's the greatest bear of all times, right? So he is not expecting good things for the economy, right? And for the markets, for that matter. So in the Michael Burry was investing in Chinese stocks because he was finding value on Alibaba and JD.com and stuff like that because from a valuation standpoint, guys, most of the Chinese stocks are undervalued. Okay, if you put aside the geopolitical factor, which is a risk for all of these stocks, because at some point China is going to invade Taiwan. You guys know the drill, right? But putting aside the geopolitical factor, which implies that those stocks trade at a lower multiple relative to U.S. stocks, bro, those stocks are undervalued. They traded at low multiples. But Michael Burry sold off all of his China stocks. All of them. All of them. So this could be another negative catalyst for Baba and JD.com and so forth. You know what I'm talking about? Tomorrow, of course. Well, that being said, do I need to show you guys something else? So we checked on Bill Ackman's sales and buys. We're good here. We also took a look at David Tepper. This guy could be moving China stocks tomorrow. Why not? We took a look at Buffett and Michael Burry. So keep an eye on this kind of news tomorrow, guys, because this could be moving individual stocks. And again, and I told you guys this on multiple occasions a month ago, and so when the VIX, guys, take a look at the let me pull up here the VIX. When the VIX is trading above 25 points, this is the fear index, okay? The volatility and fear index. When the VIX is trading above 25 points, me personally, I don't trade individual stocks. Why is it? Well, because when the VIX is trading above 25, 27 points, 98% of stocks out there are simply doing or following the SPY or the S&P 500. So instead of, like trying to take trades with Tesla or Nvidia or Palantir or SoFi or Meta, I am simply trading the SPY because we have a lot of volatility. But with the VIX trading below 20, so what's the main consequence of that situation? That we're having narrow ranging trading sessions that do not really offer a lot of trading opportunities SPY wise, and that's why I am as of now trading more individual stocks rather than the SPY. So any news that we get overnight, or I don't know, tomorrow pre-market about institutional purchases or sales of these kind of very well-known investors such as Bill Ackman and Buffett and I don't know, all of these guys. So you have to keep an eye on those news because that could be moving individual stocks tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now let's go over some stocks here. Oh, by the way, guys, And talking about the VIX, I am going to tell you something important that you need to understand. And this is a very basic mistake that newies make. Whenever you see someone analyzing from a technical standpoint the VIX, run away. You cannot do any technical analysis whatsoever on the VIX. Just don't do it. I've seen it with some YouTubers. In the case of the VIX, the volatility index, there are no buyers and no sellers here. So you cannot perform any technical analysis. The VIX, the volatility index, is just a mirror of the options market of the S&P 500. What is the VIX? VIX. Can you guys see the ticker symbol? I should reduce the size of my camera. Let me see. There it is. VIX, the VIX, the volatility index. The fear index. It is also called the fear. It is also called the fear index. So if you see someone like, oh, but here we have the VIX and we have a potential support zone at here, and they draw a line and stuff. Yeah, $17 could be a potential support zone. They don't know what they are talking about, guys. We didn't have neither buyers nor sellers in the case of the VIX. None. Zero whatsoever. The VIX is just a mirror of the options market of the S&P 500. And the VIX is inversely correlated to the S&P 500 65% of the time. Keep that in mind. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at Meta. Let me take a look at Kava here quickly, guys. Let me see. Okay, I'm pretty much breaking even. I purchased 50 shares once the report came out. Meta. We got bad news into the closing bell, right? Some news came out. I don't remember what it was. They are delaying the rollout of a product, I think. Meta platform stock dips on AI rollout delay amid internal turmoil. This was a report by the Wall Street Journal, I think. So we need to confirm whether this report is accurate or not, right? Yeah, the Wall Street Journal posted this information. We still need to confirm whether this is true or not, right? It is a good-looking short, so Meta went down today 2.35%, and it closed the trading session at $643.88, above all the moving averages, upward sloping 5 DMA. This is a good-looking short. Take a look, guys, at how. Take a look at the price action that happened into the closing bell. Because again, this white line that I am pointing out with my mouse is the 5 DMA, the 5-day moving average. And again, I use the 5 DMA in order to determine, or in order to try to figure out, who is in control, or in order to try to find out who is in control of minor time frames. This white line, let me pull up here the 4-hour chart. Here you guys can see it, right? Look, it is upward sloping, clearly upward sloping. If I pull up a 1-day, 1 minute, take a look at the level that Meta found support at today once this bad news came out. So Meta was pulling back. The news came out at 3:16 p.m. when Meta was trading at $652. And take a look at the drop. Super violent. And look at where Meta found support at. $638. Right at the 5-day moving average. And it bounced back up. So from a short-term standpoint, let me pull up here once again a 4-hour chart. As long as the bulls remain trading above this upward sloping 5 DMA, so as long as the bulls can sustain price above $638, the short looks bullish, guys. And it could be attracting buyers. So Meta could be headed to what? $663? It's possible. Pretty much possible, yeah. Say that these 5 DMAs broke into the downside tomorrow, right? Say that we see lower prices. I will be looking at the 100 DMA at $614, which also happens to coincide with a former level of resistance for Meta back from May 8th. We are looking at $613. So these two levels would be levels of interest for Meta to be able to bounce back up. Let me take a look at the market structure of Meta. So let me take a look at the supply and the demand of Meta. Let me see. Meta. So this is a market structure chart, guys. I use this tool in order to visualize imbalances between the demand and the supply. Demand buyers, supply sellers. Take a look at the demand, guys. The blue shaded region that I am pointing out with my mouse. It is through the roof. Look. Not only rising, but through the roof. And take a look at the supply. Sellers going down. A very good looking market structure chart for Meta that we can easily reconcile with the fact that we have an upward sloping 5-day moving average. So as long as Meta consolidates above $638, I think that this chart is going to be attracting more buyers into it. And say that $638 is broken to the downside, I might be a buyer of the dip near $614 or near the 100-day moving average. It is a very good looking chart, despite the fact that we saw a lot of profit taken into the closing bell. And if we take a look at anchor VWAPs, anchored volume weighted average price lines in the case of Meta, let me see. What information do we see here? Meta. So an anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs in the case of Meta is signaling $588. That implies, guys, that from a supply standpoint, we don't have a lot of buyers trapped above the current price of Meta. So we didn't have a lot of potential levels of overhead supply from which Meta could be retracing on its way up. This is a very good looking chart, guys, that is signaling that we might have higher prices coming up from Meta. How long do you think it'll take Meta to get 663? I don't know, bro. I don't have a crystal ball. No idea. All-time highs is at $743. I don't know. I mean, as long as Meta remains above or can sustain price above 637, I think that we have higher prices coming up for this stock. Yeah. Alrighty. So what else do we have here? Another request. Amazon. Let's go ahead and take a look at Amazon. I mean, I did a few minutes ago when I took a look at it, when I was explaining to you about the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. So Amazon went down today 2.42% and it closed the trading session at $205.17. So take a look at the blue line, the 100-day moving average, and take a look at the white line, the 5 DMA, $205. So yeah, Amazon is here at a very interesting level, guys. So say that the bulls are able to recapture the 100 DMA, $207. That would be very bullish. This is a very important moving average. And above the 100 DMA, Amazon would be trading above all the moving averages. 100, 5, 200, 50, 20. So this would be a bullish development for Amazon above $208. But say that Amazon keeps going down as it did today. Let me draw a line here. Keep an eye on a level that is coinciding with the 200-day moving average, $200. And by the way, I mean, $200 is a fat number. Fat numbers in this business matter, and they matter a lot. So $200 is not only a fat number, but $200 is also a previous level of resistance back from early April and a previous level of resistance back from mid-March. That again is coinciding. It is coinciding with the 200 DMA and with a fat number. So $200 would be a potential spot from which Amazon could be bouncing back up. So at $200, I would be maybe thinking about buying the dip, but preferably, and since for the most part I am an uptrend trader, or a trader of uptrends, above $207, I would be maybe grabbing calls of Amazon. It is a very interesting chart, guys, for sure. Let me take a look at the market structure of Amazing Amazon. And again, guys, I think that Amazon didn't benefit today on the Walmart report. So Walmart reported this morning, and they warned about potential price hikes because of tariffs. So the markets didn't like that, right? The market structure of Amazon, so the demand and the supply look good, guy. I mean, the market structure looks good. Take a look. The demand is rising and the supply is going down. This is the perfect market structure if you want to go long any given stock. So we have more buyers stepping in relative to sellers in minor time frames. Demand rising, supply going down. And take a look at how the 5-day moving average is actually upward sloping. This is a good looking chart, guys. Despite the fact that Amazon slightly broke the 5-DMA today to the downside. And let me take a look at some anchor VWAPs here for Amazing Amazon. Let's take a look. AMZN. Yeah, no complaints, guys. Look, no complaints whatsoever. An anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs, so an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from the highest price for Amazon, or that comes from the highest price that Amazon has ever gotten to, is signaling a price of $196. That implies that the average market participant that started the position on Amazon when this stock reached its highest price ever has an average price of $196. So they are making money, guys. We didn't have a lot of buyers trapped above the current price of Amazon. That implies that that if Amazon keeps going higher, it will not find important levels of overhead resistance on the way up. It can certainly pull back. Nothing goes up in a straight line, of course, but we didn't have a lot of buyers trapped in levels above the current price of Amazon. So it's looking very good, guys. It's going to be on the top of my watch list if I see Amazon above $208. Looks good. Yeah, for sure. So let me see, guys, because I talk too much. 47 minutes. That's good. Yeah, I still need to pack my suitcase and do some stuff today. So what other stock you want me to go over while I take a sip of whatever this is? Did I miss UNH? No, because I haven't gone over UNH. So it bounced back up today, guys. Yeah, it's been a disaster, a total disaster. It found support today at $253. Get this, guys. Take a look at all of the lines that I have drawn. In the case of United Health, take a look at this. Now I need to pull up another chart. So take a look. So United Health found support today at around $250. So this is a previous level of resistance, guys, back from 2018. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So we have been getting like a lot of bad news. I guess that you guys know about that. So supposedly the DOJ, the Department of Justice, opened an investigation for fraud on Medicaid or something like that, and the CEO resigned this week. It's been a disaster, and obviously UNH already said that the report that was posted by the Wall Street Journal, I think, or the New York Times, I don't remember who did it yesterday. They say that the report is fake, and that the Wall Street Journal was irresponsible by having posted that information. But the price action still looks concerning, guys. Take a look below all the moving averages, below the 200, the 100, the 50-day moving average, the 20-day moving average is clearly downward sloping. Below a downward sloping 5 DMA. So my advice for you, and I guess that many of you want to buy the dip here, wait until buyers start to show some strength. So you shouldn't buy the dip on UNH unless the 5 DMA happens to be recaptured $330. So today we had a bounce. We can argue, and I don't use the relative strength index, guys. I don't like the terms overbought and oversold, because those are terms that most people use without actually knowing if that is actually a term that you can use in order to say that a stock, or that the movement that a stock has had to either the upside or the downside is extended. It is some sort of abstract term. Let's just put it that way. So there's no way of measuring an oversold or an overbought condition. But despite the fact that I don't like the terms, and despite the fact that I don't use the relative strength index the way that most people do, I mean, we can make the case that this stock was severely oversold, guys. And today we had some sort of relief rally that maybe could bring UNH up to $299. It's possible. But I don't know. If you want to, and obviously, guys, this is the largest insurance company of the world. So we have a lot of people buying the dip here because they believe that this is an opportunity. This stock is like 50% of the highs or something like that. And again, this is not this is not a penny stock that dropped 50% of the highs. This is the largest insurance company of the world, and the valuation at the current levels is very attractive. But this is a stock that has a lot, or a massive, I would say, institutional participation. So we have been having a lot of bad news. 24 hours ago, we got more bad news because of the investigation that is being said that the DOJ is carrying out against United Health. So when it comes to stocks that have a very large institutional participation, when bad news come out, you need to let the dust settle. And the dust usually settles in 2 or 3 trading sessions. So since we got very bad news yesterday, and we don't know if that is true or not, because the company denied the allegations that they are supposedly under investigation by the DOJ and stuff like that. So since the news came out 24 hours ago, I would wait until Monday or Tuesday. So I would let the institutions do whatever they are going to do. Maybe buy more, maybe sell more. You never know. Maybe reduce their exposition to the stock, or maybe buy more. Who knows? And then I would think about, I don't know, maybe adding more shares to any given position, or maybe start a position here. Unless you guys have a bullish case on UNH for the long term. If you guys believe that this is a great company, if you guys believe that this could be a very good long-term investment, yeah, of course. Maybe if you're thinking about holding shares of UNH because you like a lot the company, or maybe, I don't know, maybe any of you guys is a customer and you are super happy with the service that this company is providing you. So if that is the case, yeah, maybe you can buy the dip here. But you have to be aware about the fact that this is a major downtrend, and about the fact that this stock can keep going down. This is a technical short that is under the absolute control of sellers. This short is absolutely broken, guys, from a technical standpoint. Can we see lower prices in the case of UNH? Of course. Maybe the bottom was 248. Maybe it was. But I mean, with this technical short looking so ugly, it is pretty much impossible as of today to say that, yeah, this is actually the bottom. So, I mean, I wouldn't do anything with United Health, guys, until buyers show strength by For instance, recapturing the downward sloping 5 DMA at $331. Is anyone happy with their health insurance in this country? I mean, yeah, I guess that you can you can make that case. But again, this is not a regular company, guys. So sometimes we see stocks going down 50%. Penny stocks, or I don't know, Square, or Alibaba, or what other stock can you guys think about that has dropped 50% of the highs? How many that you can name? Baba, PayPal, Square, I don't know, Virgin Galactic, Rivian, Tesla. Why not? Correct, PayPal. But guys, mind you, this is not a regular company. This is the largest insurance company of the world. So this is a very special case, guys. Correct. We are not talking about Zoom or PayPal or, I don't know, Teladoc. Those are companies, guys, that if they do disappear, no one would care. Meta, that's another example. Very good example, Aisha. Correct. Exactly. So those are companies. I mean, no, not in the case of Meta, of course. If Meta, if Meta goes under, that would be a disaster, of course. But in the case of United Health, guys, and I am not making any bullish case here, but this is not a regular situation, guys. This is the largest insurance company of the world. Of the world. So, we can make a case that at some point, unless this investigation of the DOJ, turns into something super negative or something like that, they might end up buying the dip here, guys. I'm thinking. But do not be a hero here and wait until buyers show strength. I have some levels to the downside. So I have, let me pull up here so what other level do I have to the downside? So go get a sticky note, guys. 232. $232. This is a previous level of support back from December of 2018. And of course, guys, if United Health keeps going down, guys, $188. This was the low back from the COVID-19 crash. I would be surprised if United Health goes lower than 188. To be honest with you. And again, this is a very special case, guys. I mean, it is a very special case. So don't buy the dip. Buy strength after the dip. I didn't go over HEMS. Let me take a look. I didn't take a look at HEMS today, guys, by the way. HEMS and hers. So it went down today 4% and it closed the trading session at $58.58. This is a very good looking short. We can make a case that HEMS is a bit overextended. It is 28% above its 20-day moving average in pink here, $41.24. But again, guys, I use a lot the 5-day moving average in order to determine who is in control of minor time frames. So a potential process of consolidation of HEMS above the 5 DMA at $58 could be attracting buyers to this technical short. It is at a crossroad here, HEMS, guys. So above $58, so with HEMS being able to sustain price above $58, I would be constructive and I might be thinking about going long here. But say that the markets go down tomorrow and we have another kind of risk-off day with tech underperforming, with consumer discretionary and communication services. So, in other words, if you see Microsoft like kind of going down, with Nvidia and Tesla also kind of pulling back, and if aside from that you guys see him struggling at consolidating above $58, this could be a short candidate. Other than that, above $58, it's an uptrend and above all the moving averages. So the trend is your friend, guys. Until she throws your shit out the window. Let me take a look at the market structure of HEMS. What do we see here, guys? HEMS and hers. This is a very good looking market structure, guys. Take a look at the demand on top of this chart and the supply at the bottom. The demand is through the roof, guys. And the supply is going down. More buyers than sellers. So we can reconcile that market structure chart with this 4-hour chart, in which we can see an upward sloping 5-day moving average. And I guess that we don't have any important levels of overhead supply above the current price of HIMS. And we will confirm that situation by taking a look at anchor VWAPs. Now forget it, guys. This is a very good looking chart. If I display an anchor VWAP and anchor the volume weighted average price line that comes from all-time highs for HIMS, I get an average price of $41. So this stock doesn't have a lot of potential levels of overhead supply above the current price. So as long as the bulls can sustain price above $58, we could see a test of $67. It is a very good looking chart for sure. Sure. Yep. So we are an hour in. That's it, guys. Let's wrap it up. As I told you, I gotta catch a flight tomorrow to Chicago, like first thing in the morning. I need to pack my suitcase. I have to do a lot of things. It's been a long day for me. I've been streaming for like 8 hours in a row. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thanks. Safe travel, sure, for sure. And I will see you guys. I mean, let's see what happens, guys. So tomorrow I am going to be dealing with the airport and the TSA point and stuff. So if I am able to post a pre-market commentary on Discord, I'll do it, okay? And I will let you guys my pivot. Take care, guys, and keep an eye on the news about institutional portfolios rebalancing. Rumor that could be moving the markets, okay? Take care, guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Bye. Take care. Thank you.